Hey, I know you. You're that person who watches me on YouTube. Hello. It's a Saturday evening. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, metalmatt. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for rocking with me. Please hit like, subscribe, and share and all that good stuff, and also hit the bell. Subscribe and the bell. Those two together, awesome. Just to subscribe without the bell, not that awesome, but I have faith in you guys. I believe in you. You can do it. You can subscribe successfully and join me in my vast empire of wild gesticulations and deep horizons. Oh, that's a fun fact about me. The Deep Horizon oil rig that went down, and they made a Marky Mark movie about it, which I'm not going to watch because I'm not a huge fan of his work, and also I don't like movies that make action plots out of horrible, disgusting tragedies. When that thing sank into the Gulf of Mexico, I was working for an engineering company at that time, and my paycheck was coming from projects in the Gulf of Mexico. I have been complicit, indirectly, maybe directly, in some pretty nasty stuff. I probably shouldn't talk about that. Here's my channel. Anyway, I worked in engineering a few years ago. How was it? It was fine. Engineers are very rigorous, intense people. You get your average sort of everyday engineer type. I don't necessarily get along with them that well. Huge respect, but personality-wise, we tend to clash, I've noticed. But you can be the one that changes my mind. You out there watching with your civil engineering degree or your chemical engineering degree, your molecular biology chemistry degree, chemistry engineering degree. I just spent the evening with one of my favorite people in the whole world, my very, very good friend Gregory. Greg is an amazing person. Greg's been there through a lot with me. He's seen me in states of being that most of you just never will. Doesn't matter how much I say, oh, I gotta document this, grab the camera. You're not gonna see me in those states. He's seen me looking real rough. Looking and sounding real rough. Probably not smelling too great either. Yeah, if karma is if debts are to be paid in a truly equal fashion, I reckon I owe him 1.5 of my bodily limbs at this point, if not 2 entire limbs. He's an amazing human being, and I love him very much. He's one of my favorite people. Love you, Greg. I mean it. I'm telling you via YouTube because I can't do it in person. I just get too weird and choked up probably. So, this is just me rambling. This is a ramble. Those of you here coming back, see my other stuff, I totally appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate everybody who rocks with me. It's awesome. You guys are sick. You guys are metal AF in my eyes. Whether or not you've ever been in a pit, doesn't matter. You're metal to me. The last video I did, the love, death, and fruit flies video, people who've seen that haven't gotten a lot of feedback on it yet, but I'm very pleased with it, the way it turned out. I know it's one long take that's like 55 minutes. It's unbelievably long. I was really amped. I was really gassed. I was really stoked on talking and riffing, and I watched it before I uploaded it. It wasn't like just raw, like put it out there. I felt that it was good. It was full of some pretty interesting stuff that I was glad I touched upon. Thought there were some really interesting revelations in my verbal material. Not easy to say. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. Hope you guys like it too. Hope you enjoyed it as well. Enjoy's a funny word though, right? Because the name is not cute. I talk about love, talk about death, and I talk about fruit flies. I aim on this channel to touch on anything I possibly can if it comes to my mind, and if I'm around you long enough, you will talk about just about anything with me if we're friends. So ask Greg. He'll vouch for that. But that's a big part with Greg, is that he's just such an amazing person. He brings that out of me. I feel accepted and respected as a peer when I'm with him. That's a big deal for me. I don't feel that often with most people. Even when I work I've worked at companies or for clients that were appreciated my work, or I came as spoken for, that kind of thing. There's a level of respect, but it's just not the same as somebody who would have your back in an argument or a legal fight, or if I'm trying to break Act 2 on a script and I just can't get there, he's the one who'll give me a push, foot in my ass, or pat on the back, whatever it ends up being. So really can't thank him enough. Can't thank you enough, Greg. Well, you guys out here get to see me thanking my friend. But the video last, the love, death, and fire, fruit flies. I'm pleased with it. The stuff I touched upon about the girlfriend who passed away, I mean, it's as real as it gets right there. I was not expecting to get emotional on camera. That was very much unplanned. I can cry on cue. I was in acting school many years ago, but I promise you that was not done on cue. That was very naturalistic. That just occurred as I was recalling Jennifer, who I do definitely miss, and I think about her all the time. And when you love someone, whether you get to see them tomorrow morning, and if you do, you're very fortunate. Remember to tell them you love them, because you just don't know. The sunrise is never promised, as we say in 12-step. But if you do see the person you love, make sure they know that they're loved. Absolutely, actions speak louder than words, for sure, but words do have weight and they have meaning. There's a gravity to words. If there wasn't a gravity to words, I wouldn't think they were worth a damn, and I wouldn't have spent most of my life, over 30 years now, using them for various purposes, for different projects. Fiction, poetry, essays, advertising, writing, stuff I do for clients, what have you. Hotel descriptions. I've written some pretty just all over the place stuff in my life. I worked for a dating website once. That was a nightmare. One of my worst bosses. It was garbage. It was SEO, search engine optimization. These things were loaded with keywords to trick Google into going to them first. So let's say you were looking for, let's say you're a bisexual woman and you're looking for a partner and you're not particular on gender at this moment, right? So you leave yourself open. So we'd have a piece about that, like open, searching bisexual females. But the thing, and you'd be like, wow, that's so specific. I'm going to get something really germane to my particular preferences. So you'd go to it and you'd watch it and you'd be like, if you had any brain in your head, and you probably do, whoever you are out there, you'd be like, what is this crap? It would read like a busted robot from an old movie wrote it, because it would just be nothing but keywords and key phrases. So you'd read it, it'd be like, for those in an amorous mood looking to expand their repertoire, like real corny shit in there too. Real corny shit. Looking to expand your repertoire, check out these websites for all of your needs, all of your romance needs at these websites. See these following websites for all of your needs in terms of romance at these websites. I'm not even joking. Like, it was that repetitive. It sounded like a busted. It sounded like a Robbie the Robot in Forbidden Planet and Lost in Space. It's the same robot, in case you guys hadn't noticed that. Mind blown. But yeah, it just sounded like a malfunctioning, crappy android from a low-budget horror film. No, sorry, sci-fi? Everything's a horror film in my eyes. Would that I were so lucky. So this is me just having a ramble, and the background behind me keeps changing. I've got this really sick 3D modeling animation program on the computer that I'm using right now to look as if I'm walking around a parking lot on a Saturday night next to a freeway where you can hear traffic. All of this is simulated inside of the software, which cost me a fortune and was made by French secret agents back in the good old days of 2017. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I really am in a parking lot next to a freeway. So thanks for rocking with me. It's a thank you to everybody out there. Greg's awesome. If you know him, tell him I said hi. Thanks for staying with the channel. Keep coming back. Like we say in the rooms, 12-step rooms, and NA and AA and SA and GA and all that good stuff. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. If you want what we have, do what we do, and so on and so forth. If you're drinking, make sure you got a ride. If you're using, maybe don't use, but just take care of yourselves. It's a big part of this channel I want to put out there, is I don't want to ever be a hypocrite. I take much better care of myself than I did for many years now. And I want you guys to do the same, because we got to get through this thing with COVID and riots and all this crazy stuff. We got to get through this. When we do, we're going to want to be in good shape so we can move forward into what's next, the next phase of life. Civilization, laws, and movies, and music, and the Olympics, whatever. It all has to come back, right? We got to be ready for that. If we sit around loaded and shit-faced during this period, how are we gonna be ready for when things get going again, when the wheels start turning again? If we're all messed up, I don't think that we'll be in very good fighting shape, as it were, if all we're doing is just using and abusing. So, and that is 100% not hypocrisy. I wouldn't be saying this to you if I was using and abusing right now. Last thing I need to be in this crazy world is a hypocrite. So thanks again for coming here. Like, subscribe, bell. Talk to you soon. Metal Matt. Peace.